the shop. I guess we're going to make a little bit of a YouTube video here and show some of our new products and some of the products that are developed that maybe nobody's seen before. Kind of leaning towards this cafe thing quite a bit right now, and just like the people to see some of the products that we do make. So if you got some time, we'll show you some new stuff. Okay, Andy, what we got here is a 1978 Yamaha SX 650. It's what it started life is. I think I bought this bike for $500. It's another one of our vintage bike projects. We've been doing some work on it. It runs real well and everything. We're not quite complete with it, but it does have some unique features that are Joker. We have our hand controls on it, clutch lever. This is all new stuff. We have our bar end mirrors on it, which have excellent rear vision. Our turn signals. We've made some specialty pieces. We made our own rear set mounts and then used a universal set of pegs to accommodate that. Stainless steel exhaust with MGO mufflers. This bike is always going to be in development. It kind of got pushed aside. We will be pursuing it further and coming out with a lot more products. This is a real popular motorcycle. It's one of the most popular bikes ever made, actually. I think over 1 million of these were actually manufactured between 1969 and 1978. So they had a long production run of these. We've lightened the bike up considerably. It's got 18-inch wheels all the way around, performance tires on it. And it's just a real nice bike to ride. It feels like you're almost riding a dirt bike on the street. And you really can't beat a twin for just having plain old fun. And it does have a 750 big bore kit in it, racing cams. It's pretty dialed and pretty fun to ride.
Yeah, my name is Richard Warren. I'm co-owner of Joker Machine, and our main goal here is to provide the best product we can possibly come up with for discriminating riders who demand the ultimate product. And we machine it out of bars of aluminum to special military specifications for the rider can really get some good stuff. And we'll pretty much take on any type of bike. It doesn't matter what it is, 40-year-old bikes, 50-year-old. We'll continue developing to satisfy the rider's needs all we can. And we strive for the ultimate quality using everything we've learned over the past 50 years. So that's pretty much what we're all about.
Our bike that we're building for Bonneville, this will be our 3rd attempt at it. We're going to go out to Bonneville at the end of this month, be in August of 2011. And make an attempt at the land speed record for a 500cc production racing motorcycle. This has basically started life as a JRM grass tracker. We've converted it. It's really just a stock long track bike. We put some rear sets on it, did some special engine work. So far we've gotten this bike to go a 144.2 miles per hour. And we're looking to go 145.3, and then we would have the record. It's got some unique features. We've put an extra shock on it. Just did a couple of modifications, a steering dampener, which you would not normally find on a long track motorcycle. On the other side, we have a belt drive system. You can see it's a belt driven motorcycle going directly to a clutch with a 2-speed gearbox in it. There's nothing really fancy about it. Matter of fact, this is almost as basic as a motorcycle could be right here. You've got a frame, a couple of wheels, and a motorcycle engine making a lot of horsepower. So maybe in September we'll be able to come back and say this thing does hold the land speed record for that class. It's been a fun project, and just one of the Joker projects that we're working on. Keeps us busy and keeps us out there.
Yeah, this is one of our new project bikes. It's a 78 BMW. We're in process of mounting our brand new all billet aluminum clutch levers, featuring fine adjustment cable nut on there and lock nut, stainless steel pin, alloy hardware. Everything's machined out of a solid block of aluminum. It's got a oil light bronze bushing on the pin, and right here it's next to it is our new JTEC switch button setup, which this is the 2 button here. It's all machined out of billet aluminum, has laser engraving on the buttons. Really user friendly stuff here.
You can buy this in momentary, on, off, anything you want to do. It's built for the guy who needs to just pretty much get the right switch where he needs it. All machined from a solid block of aluminum. It's got polymer pistons in it. The pin is all billet aluminum, and levers billet. It's got a fold-up clamp, and kind of designed around aircraft specs. It's kind of lends itself to that design. Yeah, it's a 1975 CB 750K, one of our project bikes, recently coming off a documentary series. And the instruments you're looking at right now are completely torn down, restored, re-lubricated. Billet aluminum faceplates inside, our outer rings that retain the housings. The handlebar mounts got built-in LEDs, all alloy hardware complete. Triple Tree is a hard anodized version that we did for this bike. And the lever assemblies, that's all J-Tech. This was the prototype for the line, which is now available. And it has our folding bar end mirrors. The whole front end is basically restored, tapered bearings, brand new fork tubes, 1-inch over length, and a lot of accessories on this bike. A lot of engine covers that we manufacture all with billet aluminum, and the motor's been taken out of the frame, completely cleaned, not rebuilt, but as reliable as these bikes are, it came right back to life after sitting in a container for about 6 years. Carburetors have been torn down completely, rebuilt completely. K&N filters, pod filters on the back. New manifolds, all new rubber. Dyna ignition system complete. It's got braided oil lines, custom rear set brackets, new 4-into-1 exhaust. A lot of CNC goodies that are pretty much drilled over the stock parts to kind of bring it up to date. And it's got a custom seat which was made for this bike, and the billet gas cap is a complete restoration. We've completely remanufactured, redesigned it out of aluminum with aluminum and stainless steel internal parts. Has our Lucas tail light, which has LEDs built in it. All billet aluminum license frame. Has our square LED module turn signals, and Hagen shocks. It's got 1-inch over Hagen shocks. The bike sits an inch taller than normal one, so the handling's pretty good on this bike. A lot of ground clearance, really good in the corners. Has pretty much a lot of detail, like the emblems on the tank, which we now sell. Those are the prototype ones on the tank.
Okay, Jeff, what are you working on here? Is this an order for a special customer?
Well, this is our Speedway high performance throttle here. I got to assemble all these. We just got them back. These are all going to one customer in England, Joe Hughes International. He's probably our best customer for the throttles. Seems like about 75% of all the guys in Speedway run our throttle, so I guess we're probably #1 in the Speedway throttle business. Very popular item in England and Poland and Sweden, wherever Speedway is being ran on an international basis. You pretty much have to have this throttle.
So Joker is an international motorcycle parts company.
Well, funny enough is here in the States, you know, we're mainly known for our V twin line, and we do make quite a few racing parts, but they seem to be only popular in Europe. But that's okay. We sell a lot of them over there, and we do quite well with it. And we're just proud to be involved with Speedway and everybody using our product.
And what is your involvement with the vintage motorcycle road racing?
Well, last year we went to Willow Springs, Billy Hamill and myself, and we were displaying some parts there, and we just kind of got involved in the vintage marketplace and the scene, and it's turned out to be a really great place to be as far as marketing product and stuff and manufacturing product. The old bikes seem to really be making a comeback, and they're relatively affordable, though the price of these old Hondas and Yamahas does seem to be going up pretty rapidly, but that's a good thing. They're popular, they're easy for people to work on. A lot of young people are involved in it, and we just thought, well, let's participate a little bit more, and that always ends up being, well, let's go race them while we're at it. And so we just started putting together a couple of race bikes. Built one last year and went out to our first road race at the end of last year in Alabama at Barber Motorsports Park, and we're pretty successful. So in the off season, we built up a couple more bikes, and we just want to participate in these ARMA events and have a great time. And the people out there are really fun, and the bikes are really fun to make. So we just started going out there and doing it, man. Just trying to have a good time.
So you're one of those lucky guys that has a job you enjoy actually doing.
I'm pretty much here 7 days a week. Even on the weekends, I'll come in here for 4 to 6 hours every weekend. There's no place I'd rather be than work. Well, I take that back. I'd rather be at the racetrack, but to get to the racetrack, you have to work.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're just about ready for the green flag. As soon as that green flag drops, they run like hell. Ralph Ron Hudson, some late instructions for his holder. And off they go, ladies and gentlemen.
Fucking shocked the shit out of me. Then I stopped and put it on.